Get ready to move those clocks back this weekend.
Yeah, daylight saving time comes to an end at 2 a.m. Sunday morning.
So you can get an extra hour of sleep. But the question is, does it have an impact on us and our kiddos? Here with some answers is Dr. Adrian Pristas. He is the director of the sleep lab at Hackensack Meridian Hospitals.
Yeah, doctor, welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, so how much can this potential extra hour of sleep really impact us? I know Dan's not really going to get much sleep anyway because he got a little one, but how much does this extra hour really make a difference?
It does affect us to a certain degree, and we're lucky at this time of year because we're going to standard time, which is a lot easier than the other way around in March when we're going to daylight savings. So standard time is more in line with our human circadian biology. And as a result, it's not as difficult to get that extra hour of sleep because we have opportunity to fix our clock. Now, if you wanted to be a purist, you would have started a night or two ago and moved your sleep about 15 minutes later each day, but you could still do that about 20 minutes tonight and 20 minutes tomorrow night, and then the next morning won't be so much of a big deal. And certainly by Monday morning, when most people are going to work, it won't be hard at all. Certainly this time of year is easy to change your clock, and the important thing is to keep your routine. It's very important that no matter what you do in life as far as sleep is concerned, this routine is clearly the most important thing.
So how do you do that? As you know, for the difference between adults and then children, not only children but newborns. And I'm asking selfishly because I have a 4-month-old. You know, I'm guessing that's not going to really have an impact.
Newborns are what they are. They take about 6 months to start sleeping through the night, but once they do, they'll sleep through the night. Obviously, this is not going to affect a newborn or even a toddler very much. They're going to stick to the routine that their parents give them. They have their own clock, if you will. They're still napping until about 4 or 5 years old, so they have their own set of rules, and they're going to stick to it. The school-age kids, they might have a little bit of trouble, but certainly in the fall, just like adults, they'll adjust quickly. Teenagers can have a lot of trouble because they already have a rhythm disorder, which is delayed. So they like to go to bed at midnight and get up much later. So that's a problem for teenagers anytime the clock is changed.
Yeah, I already have little kids that act like they're teenagers, so I think they have the same issue. You talk a lot about circadian rhythms. Can you explain what exactly that is and how it affects how we feel, how the time change actually interferes with them?
That's a very good question. Circadian rhythm is very important because it's not just about being awake and being asleep. It's also about a number of hormones in our body, like cortisol and thyroid hormone. It's important to keep our circadian rhythm in line. And the circadian rhythm literally is a clock. It's run by a nucleus in the middle of our brain, and it tells us when to be awake and when to be asleep. And it carries with it a lot of momentum. So if you take care of it and you stick to your routine, that momentum will come, and you will go to sleep at the same time every night and get up.
Okay.
There are a couple of other lesser common rhythms. One is melatonin, and that starts being secreted by the pineal gland around 7 o'clock or so at night when the sun's going down, and that works for about half of the night, the first half of the night, and that helps us sleep. And then there's something called the homeostatic sleep drive, and that also helps us go to sleep. And that speaks to the more we're awake, the more likely we're going to go to sleep. And the interesting thing about that is that the most common biologic entity that drives that homeostatic sleep drive is an entity called adenosine. And adenosine is blocked by caffeine, and that's why caffeine helps us.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of good advice here. So just to recap, everybody, doctor's saying maintain the schedules, avoid changing your sleep times, and then, of course, explain to little kids what exactly is happening. Dr. Adrian Pristas, we thank you for being here. A lot of talk of whether or not we should even get rid of daylight saving time, but that's a conversation for a different day. Thanks for being here.
That's right. Thank you.